Jesus. Who are you defending? If someone questions what you believe about Jesus, why does it feel like an attack? Why does the body tighten? Why does the voice sharpen? Why does the mind rush to correct them? Why does the conversation suddenly turn into a defense? Because the moment someone questions the story, the mind believes Jesus is being threatened. But pause for a moment and look closely at that. Truth cannot be threatened. If Jesus represents truth, then truth does not need protection. Truth does not argue. Truth does not panic. Truth does not send out defenders. Truth simply is what it is. So the real question is not about Jesus. The real question is far more revealing. Who are you defending? Because most people are not defending Jesus. They are defending an image. And that image is almost always the same. A body. A man 2,000 years ago. A historical figure nailed to a cross. A suffering body frozen in time. And the most powerful symbol people carry in their minds is that exact picture. The crucified body. The bleeding body. The tortured body. The body hanging on the cross from films like The Passion of the Christ. That image is burned into the imagination so deeply that the mind no longer sees Jesus as truth. It sees Jesus as a body that must be protected. And once Jesus becomes a body, something very predictable happens. Bodies are weak. Bodies can be attacked. Bodies can be insulted. Bodies can be disrespected. And the moment Jesus is imagined as a body in time, the mind believes it must defend him. But think about something very simple. Did Jesus ever ask anyone to defend him? Did he send people out saying, "Go protect my reputation"? Did he tell anyone, "Argue with the world on my behalf"? No. That command does not exist. The defenders appointed themselves. And the reason is simple. The defense is not about Jesus. The defense is about identity. Because when someone questions what is believed about Jesus, the believer feels questioned. The belief and the believer have fused together. So the moment the belief shakes, the identity shakes. And the ego cannot allow that. So the mind rushes forward to defend. Scripture appears. Arguments appear. Certainty appears. Not because truth is threatened, but because the self built around the belief feels threatened. And here is the deeper irony. The stronger the defense, the less certain the knowing. Because what is truly known does not require protection. The sun does not argue with the clouds. The ocean does not debate the waves. And truth does not fight with opinions. Truth simply remains what it is. So before defending Jesus, there is a much more honest question to ask. Who exactly is being defended right now? Is it Jesus? Or is it the identity built around believing the right things about Jesus? Because the moment the defense drops, something remarkable happens. The fight disappears. The tension disappears. The need to prove anything disappears. And what remains is not belief. What remains is presence. And in that presence, the question about Jesus changes completely. It is no longer, who is right about Jesus? It becomes something far more direct. What if the one you have been defending was never a body in the first place?